What's good, fam? This is Queen Common Sense coming back to you from the Chi-Town, holding it down. I missed y'all so much. I pray everybody is doing well and holding it down in their respective areas, and all the den and the cubs and everybody's precious ones are doing well in this transition season, because we got a lot of shit flying around in the atmosphere, and it's more than enough to try to keep it reined tight and bridled so it don't explode through the seams, spiritually speaking, that is. This one is a compilation of things, so I'm just going to flow, and it's not really one particular subject matter. It's a few kind of roll up in one, some of a rant, some of a little bit of a view that I throw out there. You know, I throw out my little views based on my personal experiences, so forth and so on. So again, my disclaimer as it go: if it don't apply, let it fly, and fuck you if you don't like it. So yeah, I found, I've been a little tiny bit under the weather, and you know how I do. I go into recluse when the temple is a little bit vulnerable, and I try to keep my mouth shut, keep my head low at all times, and fly low. And so in my healing process, I have evolved another year. Thank you, Great Spirit. And I'm very grateful for this year, as it has been another teaching journey, learning and teaching journey. I've learned a lot. It's taught me a lot. And I would like to share the valuable lessons that I learned, just in case some people are new to the game. And my sickness and obsession is dysfunction. I'm just twisted like that, y'all. I be observating. That's a new word for the nigga there. Observating this here dysfunctional shit that we going through. And it might be new to some, and it might not be new to others, but I'm going to break the news about dysfunctional, crazy peoples. They don't know that they're dysfunctional or crazy. I like to use the word dysfunctional because crazy got a lot of different subcategories to that too. So we'll say dysfunctional because that's a little bit more accurate. Dysfunctional people don't know they're dysfunctional. And it's very difficult to get them to see that they are. Now, we all have some to a certain degree. Ain't nobody perfectly mentally tight. You know. So we all have our little quirks. And some of them clearly is more severe than others. But I was reflecting on myself, as I often do. Meditating, the queen, how I do. And to wake up from that dream and spell that we have been lulled into from the womb. And before we entered the womb, we chose our mothers and fathers. They didn't choose us. We chose them. And sometimes the people that's closest to us, siblings, parents, cousins, what have you, are the very ones who sing that same lullaby to keep us asleep. Us star children. Sleep. And as I say, unbeknownst to what the fuck is really going on, and just how sick and twisted and demented it is to be blood related and be the biggest obstacle in your life when you try to grow and evolve and spread your wings and fly and live your life, your journey, the way you were assigned and ordered by the universe to do. It's really, it's a sickening thing to watch. And if you ever discover that that's what you're experiencing, or if you ever discover that that is something that you're doing to someone else, and you actually truly wake up and see what you're doing and what you have done, it's a very troubling thing to deal with. And that's why I'm bringing it to the forefront and trying to touch on it and deal with the tough shit. Because a lot of us don't know. And some of us, we see it, but we can't quite grasp it and put it in the palm of our hand and really quite just comprehend and understand it in order to be able to do something about it and to evolve away from it. I don't know if that makes sense. So, you know me. You know, I ain't no fancy doctor or nothing, but I was assigned by the universe to heal. And, you know, that goes segue over into my first point. These motherfucking degree niggas is what's really just chapping my ass these days. Sadly, we know that people validate themselves and their worth based on what paratology that they have acquired. When I say paratology, I mean what they went to school or higher learning facility to do as a living to support themselves and their tribe. You feel me? So, you know, that's the one thing that really, really, really irritates the fuck out of me. Excuse me. Is when, especially us and son children, we do this to one another as if to have some type of one-up situation. To prove better than our brother or our sister who did not or were not afforded those same opportunities or did not take advantage of those same opportunities. And it's a struggle either way. So, whether you have a degree or you don't. And the reason why this is bothering me so much is because, you know, like I say, it's certain family, just like it is strangers, co-workers, neighbors who do it. And that is the first trap that has been set for us as son children, indigenous peoples, since colonization began. And that's on any continent. So ain't nobody do it no less than the next when it came to enslaving the minds of the son children of this planet. So, I'm just saying. And these here educated idiot morons, they seem to feel that just because they are trained to provide a special skill and they were taught to learn how to do that, that make them have some type of upper hand or advantage over the next motherfucker who don't have that little shitting piece of paper. Yet, have been proven to perform that same skill without being taught to learn how to do it. Does that make sense? Now, y'all, just walk with me, because it's going to be a little minute. I'm going to try to break it down and give it all to you straight. No chaser, no lime, no salt. No training wheels so y'all can feel me. I just want you to feel me. You don't got to agree or disagree. Just feel what I'm saying. Feel it. So these people who do that with their degree, they don't know that they got issues. And they don't understand that westernized schools or educational systems were designed not in our favor, which is why they sold it up in the fashion where that's the only form of education that we rely on, and they make it so where it's fear-mongering if we don't take advantage of that particular venue, and then we're made to believe that we're negligent leaders and parents and, you know, heads of households because we don't send our cubs off to the chopping block, so to speak. And I've had 3 who go through the European westernized school system, and I went through it too, sadly. And, you know, I could see the game from when I was going through it. And as a young cub, I couldn't quite explain it right. And of course, you know, those that run the opposite way of jumping off the cliff are labeled as crazy. So that's the struggle I had unwinding this web here. And then, like I said, might be new to some, and to others it might not be new to. But I'm just sharing. You know, I don't want nobody to feel like I'm talking as if don't nobody know this shit, because a lot of us know it. Some of us just too scared to motherfuckers say it, point it out, and put these motherfuckers on blast. You know, and this is what we should be fighting for, is our children and their future, and tearing down this here educational system from the time they are pre-K is when we need to band together every fall, every autumn season, and boycott this shit instead of fucking with each other over who's more educated than the other as adults. I got off on a tangent. So, these people don't know that they got issues. And they don't know that that piece of paper don't validate them no more to their neighbor than it do to the powers that be. Them 1% motherfuckers who tell you that you supposed to go and get a degree and learning how to learn shit. See, because that's all it is repetition. Parrot. You just recycling and regurgitating the same goddamn shit. And you know, that methodology and mantraism is not designed for everybody's means of learning. And even those that successfully complete this here degree, sometimes it's still some of the most lost, ignorant motherfuckers you ever want to meet. And they ain't got no sense. They don't have no logic, reasoning, or critical analysis skill. Do that make sense? And it's nothing more insulting or degrading or more of a diss to my ancestors, as I so know them to be the wise teachers, leaders, and martyrs for this here country, than to see an educated idiot disrespect the natural law of learning that was laid down for us all the way back, dating back to Kemet, before they brought their asses to any continent of Sunchery. Now, I'm not going to go all off up into that, because I'm going to start pissing off some of these people. So, but I'm just trying to get you to think a little bit deeper than what we're deeply thinking about. Make sense? And that brings me to my next pernt. Yeah, that's another term for the nigganary. Pernt. You make your pernt. So, that brings me segue on down to pernt number 2. When we obtain these things, degree, better salary, which is not income, by the way. Well, that's a whole other video. We talk about that later. When salary, better salary, material bullshit, shit that we don't need and really don't utilize properly. Labelology, that's another nigga term. Label whoredom. You know, label hold. I got to have a label on my shit in order to feel like I'm accepted and acceptable and, you know, shit like that. And then we reject and turn our nose up at nature, connecting with the spirit, the psyche, the mind, the heart, and aligning our chakras to what Mother Earth has been singing to us ever since she blew up and was created. You feel me? Y'all let me know if you're feeling me. If I'm getting a little bit off, a little too etherical for you, let me know. Because I want my family to feel me. Not hear me. I want you to feel what I say. So, then we begin and have begun and already have, sadly, rejected those things that are truth. Those things that shed light. You know, have you noticed when you turn on the black light, the white shit, the stuff that's white? Watch you do it. Put a black light bulb in the socket and cut the motherfucker on and see if, when you see a piece of paper that's white, look at it. Watch what it do. Turn on the light, the blackness, and tap into the black universe, which is what is our compass of knowledge to guide us, lead us, and teach us through this here fucked up journey. See, because it's not the world that's fucked up, it's society. It's the sick shit that society is been turned into. And we are an observatory of sorts for these motherfucking sick bastards. These Rothschilds and secret society motherfuckers. We just like rats in an experimental tank bubble here. And they peeping in on us every so often to see the progress of the experiment and how it's unfolding. Like some Pinky in the Brain type shit. Like animals in a goddamn zoo. Yeah. That's what we are. So for those of us, I hate to give you a rude awakening, but that's what it is. Ain't nobody, and in the bigger picture scheme of things, speaking on these degree niggas that's got to always just, you know, throw it out there like that, popping their collar because they doing some mainstream bullshit. Yeah, that's to y'all motherfuckers, is in the bigger scheme of things, your piece of paper really don't mean shit. And I said it in another video, and let me repeat it. That don't make you no more, get you no more pats on the head from massa than someone who is self-taught. You ain't no less of a nigga. You ain't no less of a slave. You ain't no less of a piece of shit that they scrape off their shoe when it's time to move the fuck on and drop their dead weight so they can bring in easier, more programmable sheep. Because once you get a little older, a little wiser, a little more seasoned to the game, you expendable. Have you noticed that? How that backwards? The natural order of shit is the wisdom, the sage, and the knowledge we hold dear, close, value, protect, cherish. What do? They kick the wise, the wisdom, the sage, they kick it out. Oh, you old now. We can't fuck with you and abuse you no more. So you got to go. Retire. You feel what I say? Family. Hello. So, I just want to put that out there for these degreed motherfuckers who keep throwing out their degree in this here debate that they doing on here about the genders and the uneducated niggas and educated niggas and who's better than who and all that shit. You know me. I don't have no patience for it. I think it's all some cowardly bullshit to make an excuse to not take personal accountability for Sankofa, reaching back. If you were afforded a particular opportunity or you were able to figure it out and make that opportunity available to yourself, it is your obligation, your responsibility, and a requirement as a son child to pull somebody else, one or two back, and pull them up with you. Goddamn. Because the village wasn't just made up of your motherfucking asses. Or should I say our, because I'm a degree motherfucker too. Because I don't really talk about that much because it don't mean that motherfucking much to me. But anyway. So yeah. Excuse me, y'all. I'm full today. I'm full. So bear with me. Walk with me. Hold my hand. Keep me. Hold me back. Because I'm trying to, get it all out there clear so everybody can feel. Now, my third perm is back on this dysfunction, but at another angle. It's amazing to me. It never ceases to amaze me when people who are sick don't know it. And when they're told that they have these issues. And of course, they're going to reject it because they've been in that way so long. Their mantra is programmed and ingrained into their DNA by this time. So it's very difficult to reprogram and undo what's been done, which is somewhat of a twisted, sick legacy. And it's passed on down. And I have had the displeasure myself of watching it within my own tribe of people. Yeah. My own peoples, my own family, what we call family, blood, DNA. I've had the displeasure of watching 4 generations of females in my little tribe here in Chicago adapt, assimilate to, and digest the female sickness of indigenous sun children, the females. It's sad, y'all. It's sick and it's sad. And if you don't know what you're dealing with, you're going to be fucked up for a minute before somebody come drop that rock on your head and tell you the sky's falling and wake you up, try to help you evolve away from it. Because the first thing we do is we try to fix it. That's just a natural reaction and response to this bullshit. What's wrong? Why you keep doing this to me? Come on now, you got to change. We need to fix this shit, huh? Right? The second thing is sadness, anger, depression, disbelief, because you're starting to wake up. Then you take another step back, and your emotions go off. Remember I did that one, emotionalism, rational, logical. Yeah. Then you turn the emotions off and start looking at this shit logically. And go, whoa. And then we go, this shit didn't make no sense, and I've been played all my life up until this point when I woke up. So it's real intricate, delicate, difficult, complicated situation. But I'm just trying to point a few things out. After we put the emotions down and start logically looking at the shit, and then we begin to deal with them differently. And what sick people don't know they're sick, so they're not adaptable to change. Makes sense? And when that change occurs within you, see, where they already have you and their mind is beneath them. You the one with the problem. And then when you begin to change and evolve away from it and learn how to cut it with a straight razor. Cut the cord. Cut it, shut it down. That make it even worse on their behalf. Then you really done lost your goddamn mind now. How dare you? I'm your mama, your sister, your brother, your daddy. How dare you tell me about my ass? Huh? So yeah. Those are just 3 perks that I want to throw out there to show you a different little view to look at it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's accurate, but I'm just looking at it myself. And as I see things and kind of put it together and put the pieces of the puzzle together for myself, I try to throw it out there for my family so they can add some of their pieces of the puzzle to it. And we can get an even bigger picture and make more sense. So, for y'all motherfuckers that say I cusses too much, how was that? I only sprinkled it up, peppered it up a little bit. So I hope you like that too. Because I'm still going to cuss. I just did that for an experiment to show some of these motherfuckers that just because somebody cuss don't mean that they ignorant and don't know what the fuck they talking about and don't have the qualification to teach, lead, guide, or respect. So, and some of y'all goddamn don't even understand plain English. But that's another tangent, y'all. Let me get back on the perk. So yeah, I just was throwing that out there because I've been really, really digging deep on this here thing. You know, it's my obsession to analyze dysfunction. And I'm sick, twisted on it. I gotta put it out there for my fam because us son children suffer from it. And some of us don't even know it. And sometimes we know it and we don't know how to goddamn deal with this crazy shit. And for some reason, the universe gifted me with some different type of analytical skills with this here shit. I don't know why. And I know I'm not the only one, and I ain't all that special, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying for some reason, it was placed upon me to be able to have this kind of insight on this shit. I don't know why. But we're going to figure that out too, but I'll share that with you later. Once I figure it out, I'm going to let you know. Excuse me, but yeah, that's what I came for, fam. Is to put it down like that. Because to sum it all up, those that are closest to us are sometimes our biggest enemies spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And we don't know it. And then we have displaced loyalty, especially our mamas, daddies, sisters, siblings, and shit like that. Displaced loyalty. We think, well, that's my sister, that's my mama. I can't tell her, fuck you. Yes, you can. And you can cut them motherfuckers off. Quick, like that. Because they are not conducive to your evolution, your journey, your path, what you are assigned and destined to do, whether they agree with the shit, like it, understand it, or not. You cannot travel and find your name in the book of life next to theirs. You got your own separate entry, separate from theirs. Does that make sense? So, I just wanted to bring that to you. And you do have to cut off that toxic shit. And it's not easy. Because everybody said we all need our mama. We all need our, yeah, we do. But if she is not the mother that she is supposed to be to you, the father, the sister, the brother, whatever, even the child, sometimes our adult children, we got to say, time to go. Until we can walk in a parallel and not perpendicular, crashing into each other with this bullshit. We need to be walking together on this one. See? Cut it. You know? Because you got the universe to guide you. You don't need man. Because man can't even guide his goddamn self. Let alone. So, I'm going to end it there, y'all. I'm on here about half an hour now. And people's hitting me up and shit. I know you heard it. So, let me check on my family and see the fuck they want. Because every time I get ready to do the video, everybody want to talk. So, peace, fam. I miss y'all. Love you. Good to be back. One love. One unity. One nation. Heal the self to heal the nation. Let's do this, y'all. Ride or die, goddamn. Sometimes these motherfuckers make you hate that you love them, don't it? Peace. Queen Common Sense out for now. Hit me up. You know what to do, fam. Love you.